Now that we've finished this revenue tab, we're going to move on to our expenses tab. And with our expenses come different invoices that we can edit here. Invoice number, followed by the date that that invoice was paid on. So for this example, we're just going to follow along with another August one. And the job name that may be added to, so that goes to add. Vendor name, we'll say that came from a stoneyard, and you can edit the name of the stoneyard to suit your business. The type, we're going to call this and follow suit here and just call it a material cost. The expense amount, we'll say, was $8,000. Now, in terms of the tax credit, this depends on your certain area and what it means to do your taxes, the sales tax at the end of the year, at the end of the quarter, whatever it may be. But here in Ontario, whatever we charge the customer, the full material labor cost, we charge them the sales tax on that. And then the materials that we ourselves also pay sales tax on, that is deducted from the total sales tax that we charge that customer. So if we charge that customer $1,000 on sales tax, and the vendor that we got the materials from also charged us, say, $500 for those materials in terms of sales tax, those two numbers get deducted for a final bill of $500 that we're going to remit to the government. This may be different for your taxable area, so you should know whether or not you're putting yes or no. If it's a tax credit, that means it's being deducted from the tax that you charge the customer. So in my case, I would put yes, and then those tax credits are going to show up here. What that does is then it deducts this taxable amount. It goes to our credit in our account tax to deduct that tax that we've collected for a final amount of this at the end of the year, at the end of the quarter, that we know we are going to be able to have to remit to the government. We can also do a paid bill or unpaid, whether it's on account or whatever it may be here. This really just depends if you want to follow this system or not. It kind of helps you understand a little bit more about what bills still need to be paid with your vendors and whatnot. So if we put unpaid here, anything unpaid is actually going to go to this vendor relationship manager, and you're going to see the total amount outstanding with your business and how much has been paid in the total amount. It's just a small little feature of this spreadsheet, but it does help you understand a little bit more about how much you still owe to your vendors. If you don't want to figure this out or have to do that, that can be just left blank. That doesn't really matter. It depends on your business. The payment account, so if it was paid, we could say that this came out of the checking account, and then we can see over here with our accounts how much our total outstanding is from that. So now if I go back here and I say that these were all paid, and I change these to all coming out of my checking, I can then see my account with that checking has really gone down because all my bills are now paid. That's just how this expense tab works. Once again, you can add notes to that if you wish, but this is the end of the expense video. And afterwards, we're going to get into going to our overview and understanding your profit and loss statement further and what you can get out of that.